Hey, beautiful friends. This is Sarah Blumenfeld with Networking Done Different and Outreach of and Invitation to More.com. Today, I'm joined by Katherine Alvarez of NeuroZense Wellness, and she's going to tell us about our business and how it can help you. Hey, Katherine.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for this wonderful interview.
You're welcome. So tell us, first of all, how you came to start this business.
So actually, I've been in healthcare for so many years, and just one day I actually had a concussion and I couldn't work. And as much as I've tried so many different things, meaning I did physical therapy, I went to an ENT, I did a particular maneuver at home, but it was just, I couldn't get back to work. I couldn't get out of my house. I couldn't be in the car. I couldn't feed my dog. I mean, I was literally trapped in my own home, and I tried everything I could to just get going, but nothing was working. So I just started searching online to see what else it could help. And I found this technique called brain integration technique. And obviously I was a little skeptical about it, but I was like, I mean, I guess I'll try it and see what happens from there on. And that's how I found BIT.
And it obviously helped you because now you're using it to help others.
Yes, that is correct. I mean, I did go to a chiropractor and that helped about a good 20-25%, but I still couldn't leave my home or get back to work.
Okay. How did you come up with the name NeuroZense?
Well, neuro definitely has to do with your neurons, and we want to be able to get them firing up and get ready and open up the pathways. And that's exactly what BIT does. It opens up the pathways. And sense more into like senses, we spell it with an S, but I decided to spell it with a Z because it's very calming. And actually, a lot of people notice that they're very calm. Sometimes they even fall asleep at the office.
Do you have a little sleeping place they can
Yeah,
sleep around?
they're actually laying down, so on like a massage table, and
Uh-huh.
it's so relaxing that sometimes they end up falling asleep, and without them even noticing, I'm still working on them, and they just doze off.
That's awesome. Tell us a little about the process you use.
Yeah, so brain integration technique utilizes the meridians, and the meridian points are utilized through acupressure points.
Mm-hmm.
And as we actually use the acupressure points, we also use some energy because we all have energy in our bodies. Just how we actually go into a doctor's office or maybe some kind of checkup and we have leads on our actual chest and we see a waveform on the
Mm-hmm.
actual monitor. That's actually our electrical part of our heart. So the same thing goes with our bodies. We actually have an electrical system that we actually are able to utilize. So between those two and muscle testing to find out what is going on in the body, because the brain knows and the body knows, and then we're able to build a circuit around that. And once we're getting ready to balance, we do a frontal occipital hold, which looks something like this, and that creates a balance.
So the places that you're actually touching the client are all on the head?
Yes, the majority of the times we're always on the head when we're creating a balance, but we do at some point might touch the feet or inside the knees. But yeah, I mean, it just depends on what are we actually balancing.
Okay, gotcha. So it's more than just for concussions.
Yes, correct. So it definitely helps with concussions, traumatic brain injuries, and also learning difficulties such as ADD, HDSD, and dyslexia, PTSD, and any kind of emotional state.
Okay. Is one session sufficient or does it require a series?
Yeah, so the goal is for a person to be fully brain integrated, and that it takes up to 15 hours.
Not all at once.
No, an adult can actually take up to 3 hours. If it's a very small child, depending on their age, it might be 30 minutes, an hour. Teens are pretty good. They can actually even do sometimes 3 hours. It just kind of depends on who it is.
3 hours at one time.
Yeah, no more
Okay.
than 3 hours in one day.
Okay. Are the sessions scheduled a certain amount of time apart from each other?
No, they can be consecutive. So 3 hours straight through.
So if they did 3 hours today, then you could do another 3 hours tomorrow?
Correct.
Okay. And how do I was going to say, how do people feel afterwards, but you already shared one thing, that they feel very relaxed and may even fall asleep. What else have you noticed?
Yeah, they're actually after the session is over, they feel very different. And as we're doing a lot of balances, they begin to already feel the effect of like they're more calm, they're more clear, they see things a little bit more focused. They feel like a lot of their weight and the stress has come off. So but everybody's different. Like everyone feels completely different. I wish I could say it's exactly like this, but there's no way. Everybody's very unique.
Right. Is this something that is self-pay, or does insurance sometimes cover?
Yeah, no. So insurance does not cover. It's definitely self-pay, but several of the practitioners do take HSA cards. So that they're flexible spending cards, they can actually utilize.
Okay. Is it just you in your practice, or is there more?
It's just me and my practice.
Okay. What else is important for us to know about this process?
Well, once the person has been fully brain integrated, they're permanent changes. It does not revert back unless the person has had, they hit themselves really hard, they get into a concussion, an automobile accident, or something emotional that has really thrown them off, in the sense of like a death in the family or something like that. If that was to happen, the first thing to do is to just come back to the office, and I can check to see what points are off, balance those, and then out they go. They don't have to come back again unless they really feel like there's something that they need help with.
Yeah. You mentioned ADHD and dyslexia. What success rate have you seen with helping people get over that?
Right. So I do get a lot of kids that come into the office because it's, parents are concerned about themselves learning and, being able to comprehend and move on to the next grade. So they actually are able to really open up their pathways, and they're able to really see things completely different compared to before. But a lot of times, once they come to me, they've already been a little bit behind. Maybe like reading could be behind, or math. But if you get them up with like a tutor to get them going, I mean, they're going to be very quickly learning a lot faster compared to before. So their speed definitely increases, and they're able to just focus for a longer period of time also. And just the stability of being able to just be in school, because sometimes they can't do it. And also they're very positive. They're completely just to the point of like, they know that they've got this, that they have no questions in their mind, that they can't get it. And this is exactly what happens before. They don't have the confidence. So once they finish, they actually do have the confidence, and they can do a lot much more compared to before.
It sounds like magic.
Yeah. Almost, yeah, but it's definitely very real, and in lifetime changes for many.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you're correcting the neurological pathways? Is that what you're correcting? Okay.
Yes. So our goal is to clean up the senses, because we receive all of our information through our senses. But not only do we receive information, but we also receive any kind of trauma that has ever occurred in our lives. So if we're able to clean all that off through our senses, and then also the limbic area that's inside the brain, it's almost like having all your emotions inside the brain.
Yeah.
And we also deal with the vestibular system, which has to do with your balance and your coordination. So putting all that together allows the person to be fully brain integrated.
Mentioning the vestibular system made me think of tinnitus, ringing in the ears. Do you ever have people come in with that? Would it help with that?
Yeah, so some people do come in, but there's a little bit more to deal with that particularly. So this is more like, it happens more with concussions. They're out of balance. That's kind of like what happened to me. And that can definitely be worked on.
Okay. Okay. How can people find out more and contact you?
Yeah, so I do have a website, and the website is Neuro, so Neuro, Sense, Zense, wellness.com. And they can also find me on Instagram under NeuroZense Wellness. There's also a phone number on the website where they can actually also contact me if they want a little bit more of a personalized information by phone.
And this is something that is only done in person, right?
No, so they are able to do online if they want to be fully brain integrated. There are parts and pieces that can be helped energy work online, but what it has to do with eyes, ears, and the vestibular system, that definitely has to be face to face.
Okay. Okay. And where is your practice located?
It's at the Galleria.
Okay.
I'm about 1.5 blocks away from the doors to the Galleria.
Well, there you go. Come and get your brain integrated and then go shopping.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. And, something that's very remarkable, especially right now during the holidays, is there's a lot of different emotions coming up and trauma and things because, we either lost a loved one or, we had a hard time through the year and now, family and so on. And sometimes we need just a little bit of balance, and that can be done in a very short period of time. Or sometimes people have one traumatic event that they just wish, if I could just remove it, I could feel so much more freedom. And that can definitely be done in a very short period of time. So if it's like a one event, that could be done definitely online.
So if someone is thinking about the upcoming holiday season and dreading getting together with family members, it would be beneficial for them to come and see you and get balanced, and then they might have an awesome time.
That is correct. They'll be finishing up the year very sharply.
Nice. Does it also help with, let's say someone is going to take a big test like the SAT test? Does it help people to prepare for that kind of really focused energy?
Right. So we actually touch bases with everything that could possibly stress a student, because that was originated for ADD, HDSD, and dyslexia. So people are able to actually take these tests with like double or triple the amount that they could have gotten a grade for before they ever got fully brain integrated. So their grades definitely increase a whole lot. Yeah. So I've had like college students that just come in and they're like, I want this done during the break of winter, like quickly, so I can get back to school. Yeah. And, they finish with, an incredible amount of great, very, really good grades.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything that we haven't covered yet as far as what people could benefit from?
Yeah. So, another piece of the holidays too, and I mean throughout the year, is like the suicidal thoughts, right? That is a lot of times people are like in different locations trying to get some kind of help, and they're trying to come back for the holidays, but maybe they're still at these centers or trying and wishing that they can actually share time with family or friends or their loved ones. And this actually can remove the suicidal thoughts completely. But once they do, it doesn't mean that they're fully fixed. Ideally, you want to be fully brain integrated, because if you got to that point, there's more things happening in your brain and your body that need to be addressed.
How do you know when someone is fully brain integrated?
So we actually run through a whole sequence of a protocol.
Okay.
And we go in a particular order. And in order for us to be fully done, then we can't proceed I can't skip eyes and then go to ears, to balance things out. It has to be in a particular order. So we follow a protocol to be able to completely finish the brain integration in every person.
Would you say that everyone has some degree of lacking brain integration?
Oh yes, we've all received some kind of like trauma here and there. Eventually, we end up being like, oh, maybe it's affecting my short-term memory, or I can, our long-term memory. Well, I mean, definitely, and this helps anybody, any age.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That sounds amazing. What else do you want folks to know as we wrap up?
I mean, I would say that it's just very fundamental to really spend hours for yourself compared to putting it into weeks, months, or years into particular other type of, different techniques that there could be out there compared to this that is actually ours. It makes a huge difference because you can buy back time. That's just so essential and so important. And the same thing with health. So if we can put on the oxygen mask on to ourselves first so we can help the rest, then it just makes us a lot much more powerful and efficient to live and be happy.
For sure, for sure. Well, thank you, Katherine, for sharing this. It sounds amazing.
Thank you. No, thank you for the actual interview. And I'm super happy to hear how other people would be interested and anything else I can do to help.
Is evaluating somebody's like readiness to have this process something you can do online?
Yeah, so I actually do an assessment for the very first visit.
Okay.
And all the bookings are done online, and it actually is listed as BIT, and its first session. So that actually includes their assessment and some balances. And then from there on, they just get started.
I got you. Okay.
And of course, the faster they finish, the better and results and faster they're able to proceed and feel a whole lot better.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much again. And thank you, friends, for listening. We always appreciate you taking the time to tune in. If you would like to be interviewed, please email me at networkingdonedifferent@gmail.com. Bye for now.
Thank you.